Hey everyone, welcome to the ServiceNow Store YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we'll be talking about the ServiceNow Major Case Management. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about the ServiceNow Major Case Management. We'll talk about how to propose and convert a regular case into a major case. A regular case into a major case. Not only that, we also cover how to create and manage parent and child major case, because the parent and child major case is also another crucial part. We'll talk about understanding the roles, agent, major issue, manager, and CSM manager. All those will be covered on this session. Another thing we're going to cover is the approve or reject a major case proposal. Whenever there is a case to be proposed for major case, we will see how to approve it or reject it, and what happened when it get approved, when it get rejected. All that will be covered on today's session. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, today is Sunday, 11/30, 2025. We are live from the Washington, D.C. Good morning, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We'll be covering an important topic today, major case management. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and continue. Did you know that on average, companies lose over 75,000 per hour during a major service disruption? And yet, most organizations aren't prepared. That's where ServiceNow CSM Major Case Management become a game changer. A ServiceNow profession, especially those preparing for the CIS-CSM certification, we don't just manage cases, we need to manage customer trust, business continuity, and also digital resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what is a major case. What is a major case? Okay, a major case in ServiceNow CSM is a highly, okay, let me go ahead and show you here. A major case, that's the definition. A major case in ServiceNow CSM is a high impact issue that affects multiple customers, services, or even locations, often involving revenue loss, regulatory risk, and also reputational damage. It's not just a case, it's a critical incident at scale. And ServiceNow gives us the framework to be able to rapidly work on a major case. Okay, because we understand how powerful, how damaging a major case is. Now, what is ServiceNow framework that provide us in order to mitigate a major case, help us to prepare, approve, even convert a regular case into a major case? It's one thing. The other thing is that group impacted customers or contacts and child cases together, and also provide a communication update quickly using a targeted communication. Targeted commission, that's we're going to cover that in detail as well. Collaborate with cross-functional teams. That's also another important thing that ServiceNow platform as a framework provide us in order to work on a major case. Okay, not just proposing, approving, or converting a regular case into a major, but help us to reach these impacted customers, contacts, and also their consumers, to reach them out about this, provide a communicated, updated communication, directed communication to these contacts, and also collaborate internally to go ahead and resolve this major case. Now, this major case manage is about orchestrating collaboration. When you manage a major case, it's all about orchestrating collaboration, not just escalating the issue, not just escalating the case. Okay, so that's another key important to remember. Now, what are the objectives we're going to cover today? By mastering this major case management, will be able to propose and convert a regular case into a major case, create and manage parent and child major case, because you have a major case, you can also associate other child cases to that parent major case. Understand role, that's another important thing. Okay, understanding the roles, the agent, the major issue manager, and the CSM customer manager. Approve and reject a major case is another important thing, and sending a targeted communication to the affected customer, because communication is a number one thing when it comes to whenever you have this kind of major case, so that way you can stop the issues there. Now let me quickly cover about the roles with the major case management. The roles here, there's a customer service agent. Okay, the agent, which is the customer service agent, they can create, update, and propose a major case. So that's a minimum role that's required to go ahead and either to create it or even update or propose a major case. From a regular case to a major case, they can propose. Who? The customer service agent. Anyone who has a role, customer service agent. Okay. Now, moving to the second one, a major issue manager. Now, this is the manager given to a major issue manager. It's a role. You can add it to the group. Anyone who's going to manage a major case, what they can do is they can approve, because when the agent create or propose a given case, a normal case to a major case, the major issue managers, any members under this group, they will go ahead and approve it, manage those major case, or track communications. Okay, that's an important fact to remember. Now, for exam purpose, you have to understand that the major issue manager is a key role responsible for approval and also process ownership. Okay, that's an important thing to remember. Now, from case to a major case, what will be the life cycle? Okay, you have a case to a major case. Now, agent identify an impact. Let's say you have an agent that identify there is an impact. Number of cases are coming, kind of similar cases impacting these different your different clients, and then agent identify that impact. Then multiple customers are being affected. That's the first thing. You have multiple customers, they have been affected when these cases are coming. Then from there, in order just to tackle one case to the other case, what she's going to do, the agent will do, is going to propose a major case using propose a major case. It's a UI action. We'll take a look at that shortly. So you're going to propose, and then from there, a major issue manager will go ahead and either approve it or reject it. Okay, because that group who owned the major issue manager members, group of members, they will get that approval. They will either approve it, they review, either approve it or reject it. Okay, now that's one thing. And then from there, let's think about, if you get approved, the parent child case is created. The parent child case is created. Then once that is created, it will send an update using a targeted communication. So the agent will create a message, kind of message, a targeted communication. So we don't want to send these to every customer, but we're going to send this only to the affected customers. So that's what we call it, targeted communication. Okay, targeted communication will be sent out, and then from there, monitoring, resolution, closure, or even post-mortem, which is once everything is done, then we're going to do a post-mortem. All that's going to be done in the step 7, the monitor resolution. Now, for your exam, when a case has wide impact, when a given case has a wide impact coming from affecting multiple customers, and that's the time you're going to escalate that case to a major case. So do not escalate for manually, instead propose as a major case. So you don't need to juggle from one case to the other. So you have to create this kind of a major case, so that way you can be able to tackle them together. Now, let's talk about the parent and child major case, why they matter. It's very important to note here that the parent major case that holds the central information, the one that's proposed to be a major case that contain the central information about that major incident or the major case. Now, under that major case, you'll have a child cases that are going to be associated to it. So they are linked to that individual customer impacts. And then the updates, the communications, the notes, the resolutions flow from the parent to the child cases, okay? Because on that child cases, you have different customers that has been impacted with the same type of issue, right? And then the communication will come from that major case or from the parent to the child. So for your exam, remember that the parent case holds the core documentation and also communication. So everything flow from the parent, which is the major case, to the child. Now, the targeted communication is also another important key part. This is the power of automation. ServiceNow's power of automation. When a major case is approved, ServiceNow will allow the major issue manager and also agent to send automated emails, like based on whatever configuration you have, SMS message directly, a portal updates to all affected customers. Now, the best use case here is you have to schedule updates, solutions available notification, the final closure communication, customer surveys. All this can be sent out through these targeted communication. Now, for your exam, if you are getting ready for CIS-CSM, targeted communication pulls the recipient list from the related major case and also the child case automatically. So if you create a targeted communication on the major case, okay, which is on the parent case, what's gonna do is gonna pull all the members, okay, it's gonna pull all the recipient list from those related major case and also the child case automatically. There's no manual here. So that is something we should all remember for the exam. Okay. Now, major case automation is something very important. Now, ServiceNow provides us automation features. Like the first one is the flows and playbooks. We have flows, which is gonna, older was workflow. Now we have the flows, and the playbooks gonna guide you through how to handle a given case or a major case, guided agents through a resolution steps, like holding someone's hand to go through how to handle that major case. The flow is another important, automatically assigning and notifying and also escalating any issues through that flows. And you also have SLAs, which is the service level agreement, and also the contract. These contracts are, it's a binding document, okay, to track and breach risks and also timeline. Also have in ServiceNow the AI, the artificial intelligence, predictive intelligence, just similar major case or also a solution. Now, for your exam preparation, expect the questions about service level agreements, workflows, the playbooks in major case, workflow automation. Those are the area, the hot area topic that exams may come. Now, managing a major case. Now, remember this, managing a major case is not just about solving a ticket. It's not about just solving a ticket. It's about maintaining trust, protecting brand reputations, and also supporting those impacted through this incident or through these major cases. Now, as a ServiceNow profession, we are not just administrators, we are also an architect of the customer experience and also the digital stability. Millions of customers may never know our name, but they feel our impact through the stability, transparency, and also communication that we deliver to each and every customer that touch the ServiceNow environment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for MCQ. I have questions prepared for you guys to go ahead and try that before we'll show you some of the things in the ServiceNow platform. Okay, the first question: what is the primary purpose of a major case in customer service management? What is the primary purpose? What is it? To manage high impact issues, high impact cases affecting multiple customers. Remember that, multiple customers or services. That is the main important purpose of major case. Now the explanation here is just to a major case allow us to central coordination, coordinated effort, customer grouping, and also mass communication. So that way we can communicate that to the mass customer. At the same time, we have a targeted communication that can get the recipient directly from those impacted customers, and it's going to get that for us and set that targeted communication. All right, are you guys ready for the second question? Okay, second question, I'm going to hide it from you guys and then try it and let me know. Which role is responsible for approving a proposed major case? Major cases first, it's an agent first identify a major case or a given case, proposing that as a major case. Then it goes to the approval process. Now we have a major case approver. Now, what is the role that's required to approve? Okay, you ready to answer? All right, here is the answer. It's a major case, a major issue manager. A major issue manager, they can be able to evaluate the impact, either approve or reject the proposals, and coordinate the issue. So that is the correct answer. Okay, so the question, what happened to existing individuals' cases when a major case is created? What will happen? Those existing individual case, they become a child case. Yes, a child case linked to that parent major case. So the child case inherit updates and also communication directly from that major case that is being created. Okay, question number 4. How are customers notified of the update in the major case? How are you communicating? Whenever you have a major case, through targeted communication. And remember that this targeted communication, the contacts or the recipient for this targeted communication comes through the customer's recipient. From that customer's contact, the child and also the parent, all those will come added, and this mass communication will be automatically sent out to the contact based on the recipient list in the main case and also the child. Moving on to the fifth question, where is the main documentation stored in the major case process? In the major case process, the main documentations or updates going to be done where? On the parent major case. Okay, the parent major case. Also, any updates will go down or cascade down to the child cases as well. So the parent hold the update, the notes, communication in the report, and the child will get. So you don't need to update each and every child cases that you have under the major. You just need to update the parent major case and that will cascade down. All right, question number 6. Which module help automate response step using a guided answer? The answer is what? Playbook. Yes, Playbook. Playbook is really help the agent to guide through handle different kinds of work like critical case and so on. All right, question number 7. Who can propose an existing case as a major case? Who can? The customer service agent. That's the minimum role that's required. The customer service agent who work on the cases, they can go ahead and propose. So customer service agent, they can propose. And then question number 8, what is the key benefit of targeted communication during a major case? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? The benefit, it helps send it updates to all affected customers efficiently. So you don't need to like run one by one. You can send it through SMS or email and so on. Or also portal. It helps to eliminate this manual communication effort. So it's gonna give you that benefit there. Question number 9 is what report type is commonly used to review a major case after closure? It's called post-mortem report. Remember this. So a major case analysis, or what we call a post-mortem report. That is a type of report that will be created or generated for after you work on a major case after closure. Okay, and the last question, which automation feature help track deadlines and also preach risk in a major case? Yes, it's very simple. SLA, service level agreement, is that's the one that can help you track any breach or deadlines and so on based on the contract that you have. SLA ensure the timely response and also resolution based on the contract that you have. Before concluding, actually, let me just quickly show you some of the thing in the ServiceNow platform, ladies and gentlemen. I can see a number of people are tuning already. So These are open cases. Let's go ahead and this is an open case currently. Okay, let's go ahead and this is an open case. Now, in order to propose this one as a major case, you can see the UI actually right here, propose major case. So you're turning this case to a major case. Currently it's open and you are working on if there are multiple cases are coming from different customers, and at that time you will go ahead and propose one of that case as a major case. Now, if I have an approval process, as I go ahead and propose this as a major case, this will go for approval. Now, I need to add a work note. Let's say I need to go ahead and add ABC as a work note and business impact. What will be the impact? Okay, the impact again, I need to put go ahead and another impact description in a detail, so that way the approver, which is the major case manager, will review that and approve. So I'll go ahead and approve. This is just an ideal setup. You have to write very well, you have to add more description to the work notes and also the business impact, so that way we can avoid the rejection, because this is going to impact a big company. Now, as I do that, you see right here, CS 9003 has been proposed as a major case. So the case that you started from it, which is this one, is not going to create a new case. What's going to do is it's going to propose the current case as a major case. Now it's going to go through the approval process. Okay. Now once you get that approval, this case will be a parent major case. Now, since I have that role, you see that I can also approve this major case. I can go ahead and approve it or also reject it. But let me go ahead and approve so that you guys can see it. Approve major case candidate. And now you see that a new major case, which is this one, has been created. So earlier I mentioned that the same, but this case will be a child, but a major case will be created right here. CS00106, that is the main one. Okay, we propose this and then a new case will be created, a new major case will be created. Now we're gonna move to that one. Now this one is gonna attach a new workflow, a new SLA. You see right here the SLA that had automatically got SLA. Now priority 3 to 4, resolution 5 days. That's is gonna be added there. Okay, the channel came through web, so some of the descriptions or the content will come from the proposed major case. Now this is a major case. You will go ahead and add other cases as a child. Now if I go ahead and take a look at under the child case, now the earlier the one we proposed, you see 9003, the one blocked internally, it become a child case for this major case. Ladies and gentlemen, so we just quickly show you how to propose a case to a major case, and once you get that case is approved by the major case manager, and then from there a new major case will be created and the proposed one will be tied as a child to the major case. So that pretty much an important point for all of us to remember, when we are working on as a major case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to the ServiceNow Store. Really help you achieve this demo. Really help you achieve, in my understanding, pass your CIS-CSM excellence. It's a one major case at a time. Thank you for joining.